2017 Honda Clarity vs 2016 Toyota Mirai. This is a fantasy comparison test, but not our usual kind. There is no exotic sheet metal on display here, no towering horsepower or physics-defying handling. Certainly nobody daydreams about driving 300 miles without leaving Los Angeles. But that's exactly what we did to evaluate the Honda Clarity and Toyota Mirai, tracing a path between each of the area's hydrogen stations to assess the reality of owning one of these fuel cell-powered cars. Yes, you read that correctly. No longer does hitching your wagon to the periodic table require leasing a carmaker's science project with a promise to return it, whether or not you're done driving it, at least not if you spend $58,385 for the Mirai. A federal tax credit expired at the end of last year, but a $5,000 rebate from the state of California still reduces this amount. Even so, goose lease rates mean most of those traveling the hydrogen highway will remain tenants. Toyota will let you drive a Mirai for $349 a month for 3 years, including free hydrogen. A similar deal from Honda runs $369. Its second-generation Clarity, on sale since December 2016, is lease-only, with a nominal $59,365 MSRP. The cars are available solely in California. Certainly these kinds of numbers would make good financial sense for plenty of drivers, especially considering both the Clarity and Mirai are eligible for California's White Clean Air Hog Lane stickers through January 1, 2019. Regardless, Toyota moved just 1,034 Mirais in 2016, its first full year on the market, which is less than the number of Camrys it built per day last year. For cars that portend a transportation revolution, these two have rather mundane aspirations. Aside from their powertrains, the engineering is primarily aimed at mimicking the experience of each company's mass-market mid-size sedan, those hundreds of thousands of gasoline-burning Accords and Camrys that Americans buy every year. And not the V6 models, but the 4-cylinders. As the Clarity and Mirai have similarly modest power specs, their electric motor generators rated at 174 and 152 horsepower, respectively. Both are mounted up front to drive the front wheels through single-speed transaxles. Layouts diverge from there, in part because Toyota borrows some of the tech from its hybrid lineup, including the motor, power control unit, and nickel-metal hydride battery. Honda locates the fuel cell under the Clarity's hood, while Toyota puts its fuel cell under the Mirai's front seat. This is roughly where the Honda's 1.7 kWh battery resides. Toyota puts a 1.5 kWh battery in the trunk along with the smaller of two hydrogen tanks, with the larger tank stowed under the rear seats. Tank placement is reversed in the Honda. The electric motors that turn the wheels pull current directly from the fuel cells, as well as from the batteries, which get charged both by the fuel cell and through regenerative braking. Both cars measure just less than 193 inches long, almost the same length as their Accord and Camry counterparts. If neither the Clarity nor the Mirai is conceived to deliver surprises, the budding hydrogen infrastructure is good for a few. We found it a breeze to visit every hydrogen pump in the greater Los Angeles sprawl in a day. Most have simply been added to regular gas stations, with on-site hydrogen storage in above-ground tanks the size of studio apartments. Fueling was simple, taking only about 5 minutes. When we set out on our LA tour, however, we found that not of all the 15 stations shown on the California Fuel Cell Partnership's online map were pumping hydrogen that day. One was temporarily down for maintenance, while we were told another has been offline for a while due to noise complaints from neighbors. 2 more stations were being serviced by technicians when we arrived. We also came across a Shell gas station with hydrogen that was not listed on the map. Fortunately for us, this little outpost in the hydrogen economy was also well stocked with beef jerky.